It's not like we didn't have plenty of warning.
Ready or not, here it comes, Hurricane Sandy.
But no one, and I mean no one, anticipated it to be this severe.
Sandy's biggest target, the Jersey Shore, is getting a taste of its power tonight.
5 feet of water swallowed the entire lower level of my house, destroying everything. When we walked back in the house after we were evacuated, it didn't look like my home. It didn't look like, it didn't feel real.
Here's the house. All the kids' toys ruined. These bags are filled with food.
You don't realize everything you've lost until you've lost it.
Everything is pretty much ruined.
The hardest part is the kids. They would ask me how you're gonna fix it. And the honest answer, I don't know.
Catastrophes can happen to anyone.
This thing got trashed.
It's our job to come in and fix the problem.
All right, let's roll.
Whatever it may be. We clean up.
Somebody give him a hug.
We rebuild.
You need the empty buckets out.
We redecorate.
I want to see dimension up there.
It's making something that's not glamorous, glamorous.
Whoa!
And to be able to help someone and get their lives back together,
It's perfect. So gorgeous.
it's the best part of our business.
Look at this house. This is
There's nothing
awful.
left.
There is nothing left.
Is that the American flag?
Wow, look at that boat. Oh, it's up on a fence. We're in Port Monmouth, New Jersey. It's a coastal town. It was majorly affected by Hurricane Sandy.
Look at all the X's on these homes. And when you see the X, that means their house has been condemned.
We're heading to the home of Dan and Maria and their 3 beautiful children.
How long have they been out of their house right now?
Over 6 weeks.
Yeah. I bet those kids are just dying to get home, then compound it with Christmas.
Yep, there they are, guys.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing? I'm Dan.
I'm Ed.
Ed,
It
nice
is a
to meet
pleasure.
You have no idea how this means to us. But thanks for coming out, guys. It's amazing.
Can you tell me how high was the water on the house?
Over on that white fence, if you look at it, you can almost see the residual from where the water line was.
So that was the water line.
That was the water line there. That water came in and it sat in there for hours, but it wicked right up in the walls and through the insulation. It was over 5 feet.
5 feet, that's taller than Maria. That's
yeah.
over your head. You can't even touch the bottom.
Thank gosh we got out.
We got out safely.
That's the important thing.
That's all that mattered.
So why don't we head in?
Okay,
We'll
great.
follow your
Come
lead.
on in. Take a look at this. It's pretty amazing.
My. Wow. I can see you've taken the first steps. You ripped out the drywall, the flooring, to hopefully keep the mold from growing.
Right after the storm, all the neighbors kind of got together and everybody was saying, well, what do we do? What do we do now? And I heard it from someone. They said one of the first things, you got to get it out quick because if you don't, mold just sets in so fast and once it does, it's all over. So yeah, we got it all out. The front yard, it looked like a war zone.
After a hurricane, it's not uncommon that contractors are scarce, so homeowners have to take matters into their own hands. Dan and Maria did exactly what a homeowner should have done in this situation. They did a great job making sure that their house is going to be protected and preserved the best that they could.
What's the pile outside?
That's some of the furniture that we tried to save and to see if we could salvage any of it because that's all we have left.
Any family mementos that, mean a lot to you that are out there?
Yours and your sister's
I
baby
want
chairs.
Oh, you have baby chairs out there? It's really heartbreaking when you're seeing a family's belongings piled up in the back and no one can use anything. So really, all of your everyday life, all of it down here gone. All of it.
So what do you say you officially turn it over to us now? Is that okay?
Yes, it's all yours.
Is that cool?
As a police officer, you're used to being that first responder, going to people's aid and helping them in their need. And here I am in uncharted waters. I don't consider myself a victim, but I'm the one in need.
You're a first responder, now you're leaving, it opens to us.
I can't even explain how that feels because I'm so used to being the one rushing through the door and here I am going out. It kind of feels great though. Finally, I get to do that. Like, go ahead, guys, get at it.
Okay, get out. Yeah, I'm going. Get out. We're your first responders. Get out.
Take care of it.
Bye, kids.
Bye, guys.
We're going to completely rebuild the first floor of Dan and Maria's home. A new kitchen, living room, family room, and bathroom.
Let's get them home.
Best present ever.
Day number one. Biggest thing we have to do this morning, we gotta get that subfloor ripped up, get down there and see what's going on. We gotta remove the debris. Is this insulation wet?
It is. It's soaking wet for about 4 weeks.
Dan did a great job of mitigating, but what he couldn't do is go below the structure of the house into the crawl space. And that's where all the water ended up. That's where all the debris is. That is where all the contamination is. We're probably gonna find some mold, and I don't know what else. Let's get all the big stuff up. Let's get the insulation, let's put them in the bags. And once we get all that cleared up, we can see better what we have to do. See all this debris in here?
Yep, start cleaning that up.
Dan and Maria's crawl space is disgusting.
Unbelievable.
There's debris down there, there's insulation down there. Anything that could have washed in is in that crawl space. Not alone, it just stinks really bad.
Oh, Enzo, this stinks. You didn't tell me it smelled this bad.
What the heck?
Is that from the flood?
Well, it didn't walk in here, Joe.
Holy cow.
Biggest thing we have to do this morning, we gotta get that subfloor ripped up, get down there and see what's going on. We gotta remove the debris. We're probably gonna find some mold, and I don't know what else. What the heck?
Oh, is that from the flood?
Well, I think we found the odor problem.
Hey, what's the limit in this house? Is it 3 a day? You know what that is?
Dinner?
The Atlantic Ocean's less than a mile from here. So, I mean, when that water floods, it fits 5, 6 feet in here. We ended up with a few in the crawl space. Well, I'm up to 2. Oh, my God.
How you feeling?
I feel sick. That was right.
I'm sorry to laugh at your expense,
No,
but I'm enjoying this.
I just can't think about it. I gotta think of flowers. You heading in, huh? Watch out for the fish.
Sump pump.
Oh, you guys doing the sump pump?
Yeah, we're gonna prep up the sump pump.
No sump pump known to man can ever handle Hurricane Sandy water. I mean, 2 things happened to it. It just kept running until it burned out, or the propellers got blocked. That's the only 2 things that would have happened to it.
From debris.
Yeah. We're gonna put a new pump in for Dan and Maria. Under normal circumstances, we should take care of all their problems in the future. Now, my dad built this. This is what he does. He built an alarm system, so if this sump pump ever goes out, the moment your sump pump stops working, the water level goes up.
Good Lord, there's no missing that thing.
Huh?
In the
Shut it
right.
off!
Hey, Ed,
Yeah.
you can see what clogged up this motor.
Yeah, now I know why it failed.
Dan and Maria probably had no idea that their sump pump wasn't working.
Still,
is
it seized up?
It's really hard to move. The propeller burned out from all the debris. All this stuff was inside of there. I am going to install an alarm loud enough to wake up the whole neighborhood. So if that sump pump ever stops, they're going to hear about it.
I've never used these alarms before.
Hey, shut that off!
What?
What are you doing up there?
What's wrong?
What'd you plug in?
The alarm.
No, you plugged in the pump. This tastes like seawater.
I really thought I was plugging in the alarm. See, look, watch.
Don't do it again. No. Ooh, that's a nasty taste.
I know Joe can't handle his fish. I didn't think it was a problem for you.
All right, I do have to get some parts, so I'm taking the wires with me. Give me all the wires. Got it? With this basement being so wet for so long, we gotta get some really, really dry air down there.
This is about the best it gets. I'm hooking up the desiccant dehumidifier so that way we can get everything nice and dry. Take that rigid and jam it into that space.
Jam it in.
This is gonna push a ton of dry air underneath the house and dry everything from the bottom up. We don't want to put together anything wet because mold is going to be a resignating issue if we keep doing that over and over again. Green switch, it's all you.
That was easy. Hey, dry ice here. All right.
Dry ice blasting is great technology. We're going to use it to remove the mold on the floor joists in Dan and Maria's house.
Go ahead, spike it. Go ahead. Bang.
As the dry ice hits the surface, it subliminates, which means it turns from a solid state to a vapor state, making cleanup that much easier.
And then what's nice about these too, it only takes a microfilm off the wood. Dry ice is 109 degrees below zero. So you have to handle with care, and it's very, very dangerous. It will burn you.
Minus 109.
I know it's frozen in my hand. dry ice blasting successfully removed the mold. Now, as a backup, we're applying a calcium carbonate-based paint to encapsulate any remaining mold spores and also prevent future growth. You know, I bought a new gun, so this wouldn't happen. The molded encapsulant that we use to seal in the wood is a very thick material. And sometimes when it goes through the gun, it just clogs it up. Every once in a while, it'll break a valve and it blows up. It blew up. I don't like paint in my face. I'll take sewage over paint in my face.
He looks like a speckled Easter egg.
No, actually, I want to take this off. It's clogged. Oh, you guys have to be doing this to me. If I can't get this to work, we're gonna have to paint it by hand. We're not gonna paint it by hand. I'll fix it. Get it off my face. The dry ice blasting successfully removed the mold. Now, as a backup, we're applying a calcium carbonate-based paint to encapsulate any remaining mold spores. You know, it's all fun. I can laugh about it, but the day's going great. Actually, we're on schedule. We're doing great.
Well, they should be able to boom it in right to the porch.
We still got to insulate, hang drywall, put the subfloors down. We still have a long night ahead of us.
Today on the agenda, busy day. Wait for the building inspector.
Everything was good.
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 Everything's so far, so good.
Finish the insulation, tape, mud, prepare it to paint. So we got a lot going on.
Let's get the ladder up there first. Okay, good?
After a major storm or a hurricane like Sandy, you got to get up on the roof and check the gutters, the shingles, flashing.
Okay, see all this here?
Yeah.
We're missing some shingles.
You don't want your roof leaking after you get everything fixed downstairs, so it's very important.
All this is exposed, see that?
Yeah, the flashing.
This is an entrance for water. See how loose this all is?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have to address this. Hey, Ed, can you give me a shingle?
Where that?
I don't know. A lot of times you can find one laying around or maybe one in the garage.
I can't find one.
There's half a roof on that shed. Let's take a couple of those shingles off of it because we're replacing the shed.
So it's cool to steal one off there. You have a shingle.
Okay. Ed, I'll give you an 8 on that dismount. It was a little sloppy at the end there. Something to work on.
This is coming from a guy with a harness on.
Right there. Nice.
Those new glasses?
Old eyes. New glasses, old eyes, together, young again.
It's pushed up your IQ by like 30.
I feel smarter
Solid
with these.
30.
Down lower, you gotta tip it. We gotta tip it way down. Tip it back more, my way more. Let's get her in. Oh, wait, my hands are caught. Ah. Wow. Smaller refrigerators.
Ooh, gotta have enough room for food.
So cool. It is
coming
finally
together.
starting to take shape.
Yeah. And then, piece de resistance, fireplace.
What's going
Doing
on the fireplace?
freestanding mantelpiece, slate surround, slate hearth, and we're gonna pull electrical here so that we can have a TV. Oh, and the bathroom. Maria told me this is where she likes to bathe the kids. And because it's off the front entry, I really wanted it to look special. So, clawfoot tub.
Oh, wow.
Cool looking little vanity. Shelving for towel storage. And
You know what I like?
the commode.
That's where Enzo does his best work. Tape's been on there a while, huh?
Yeah, no doubt.
The fact that they were high impact windows, it saved them from being shattered. The way they rate these windows is they physically project a piece of wood or an object out of a cannon, like a little cannon-like object.
Let's test some windows. I like shooting things out of a cannon.
What we're simulating today is debris flying through the air as if it was a hurricane. Hurricane Sandy had winds between 74 and 95 miles an hour. We're using some old rejected windows, and we're gonna test the glass out and see how well it holds up. We're using the standard construction window.
Oh,
Shattered. Shattered bad.
wow, that tore through that. The standard construction window did not withstand the projectile at 75 miles an hour.
And this was only a 5-ounce projectile. Imagine a 2x4.
Let's try the high impact glass.
5 ounces at 75 miles an hour.
75.
Wow, that's amazing.
Barely a
Look
smudge.
at that.
Just a smudge.
75 miles an hour, that can break your ribs, your jaw, give you concussion, and this window held up.
Could save a life. This is the window Dan and Maria have in their house.
Makes sense. Let's check the crawl space real quick this morning. The desk and dryer's been set up for a couple of days now, and originally we were at 100% relative humidity. Hopefully this morning we're gonna see things progressing well. 66 degrees at 31% relative humidity.
Drying the structure is so important. If you don't dry the structure, it's gonna rot, it's gonna mold, it's gonna fall apart, and you're gonna have problems.
And this crawl space is almost back to normal.
Nice backsplash.
And it's a tumbled marble, so it's kind of rough. Doesn't have smooth edges.
There's a trick to that too. Once you cut them on the saw, you take it and rough it up on the blade a little bit so you keep the same look all the way through. A lot on our plate today. I mean, a lot going on. Installing the generator.
Yeah, baby. Power forever.
Isn't that beautiful?
Peace of mind right there.
Painting, the stairs, and one of my favorite things that really makes the kitchen pop, the granite countertops coming.
How beautiful that is, Joe.
Gorgeous. You want me to grab some more and bring it in?
Yeah.
Where's my granite man?
I want to see what's going on under here. If there's anything that we can use.
I think Maria made mention about...
Some chairs.
Oh, there
look.
they are.
Yeah.
If this got wet, it'd be falling apart, so this is in good shape. We'll wipe them down with a biocide a couple times just to make sure that there's no contaminants left on it. But the rest of it's gotta go.
Yep. Hurricane Sandy devastated this family, but not their spirit. So we cannot wait to put everything back together for them. Icicles, I want them up on the gable. Everyone is coming together. We all love this family, and we can't wait to have them in their house, especially for the holidays.
Dan, Maria, and the kids, they're living in temporary housing. They don't allow pets. I got a little surprise for them.
Oh my gosh.
The children have been separated from the dogs for 6 weeks now.
Oh, your antlers around your chin. Let's get those on your head. You're flying upside down there, big boy.
Every night they ask Santa to find them. I just can't wait. It would mean everything to have the whole family together again.
Come on, who is that? Whoa!
I love you, buddy. Welcome home.
I am very, very excited, and words can't explain how wonderful this is for my family and myself. This is awesome. Get them back in their rooms in the house, and get the family back together.
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome home.
It couldn't be any more beautiful.
Just standing
It,
here.
it feels, yes, it feels like a
It feels like home. It feels.
It's warm and beautiful and beyond what ever could ever imagine.
I never would have.
Never.
My wildest dreams wouldn't have expected. You guys knocked it out of the park, brother.
Go check out your fish. Show Mommy, show us. A week ago, they were studs and subfloors and show me.
They're hiding.
They're hiding. Look at that. Look at. And now it's our home. Now it's a home.
It's beautiful. I grew up with a fireplace and it meant so much. And that is absolutely. That is going to make Christmas even that much more special to my family.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Babe, look at this tub.
This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful.
This is so classy. Look at this. This is so classy.
This is
mirror.
Beautiful. Different way.
It's beautiful.
Would you be upset if I showed you another thing?
Come on.
Let's go in here.
No
Let's
way.
see. Our clock.
Oh, look at this.
Oh my gosh. My chair.
Oh, wonderful.
It's more than I could have ever imagined. It's more than I could have ever dreamed. It's I can't believe it's ours.
Really happy to be home, so we're home for Christmas, and this is gonna be the best Christmas ever.